Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Indeed it was. Yeah, I'm not kidding. They made this pay-per-view thanks to the Jerry Lewis song. So pretty much this is an indication of Vince really losing his damn mind. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the 25 Kid giving my first WWE pay-per-view / special event called WWE Great Balls of Fire. I'm shocked there wasn't any testicles inside the arena as actual aesthetics to the show, but everything has to be bland and boring in the WWE, especially without having no pyro. So good job for that, Vince. But other than that, let's get this pay-per-view started. Overall, with this pay-per-view, I thought this was an average show. Overall, there was I think possibly 4 or 5 out of the matches in this match card that are 9, by the way. And some delivered, some didn't. Like I said, the pay-per-view was average overall. So we start off with the pre-show for the Cruiserweight title. Neville versus Akira Tozawa. Neville retains. Moving on. Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. To be honest with you, I really don't care about this feud at all. I think the feud is very stupid, and it just makes both parties look weird. I mean, what's Bray Wyatt's beef with Seth Rollins in the first place? What's Seth Rollins' beef with Bray Wyatt? We don't know. Only thing I know is that it's trying to put Seth Rollins in a bigger light since he's now a babyface, and that basically what they're doing is that now he's pretty much the cover boy for the upcoming WWE 2K18, and just in my opinion. Also, is that they're trying to make him into a big baby face. And it's tough for Seth Rollins since he's been a very good heel, whether it be chicken shit or just being basically a whiny bitch heel. It remains to be seen of his face turn characteristics, but whatever. This match needed to be first on the card. Bray Wyatt wins. It's a good win from him, even though he's still considered the eater of pins. And why he's considered the eater of pins? If you weren't at Madison Square Garden like I was and my friend Mount Vernon Kid, which you should subscribe to his YouTube channel as well as follow him on Facebook, you'll understand why he's called the eater of pins, because he lost to Roman Reigns. Go figure. Next match is, of course, the grudge match of the breakup of Big Cass versus Enzo. Love Enzo's opening speech. He should be mad, but it's Enzo Amore. What can you get wrong? I mean, it's Enzo. Think about it. And of course, we get Big Cass. Excuse me. Excuse me. WWE, fix your camera work, but looks like you're doing a good job because I saw it on Raw. This match was just a basic 2 or 3 minute squash match, as it should be, sadly. My opinion still stands that this was a dumb idea of just having these guys face off each other when they should be going for the tag team titles, as they should be, or being tag team champions. But of course, you have to bring in the Hardys at WrestleMania when you should have brought them on Raw, as you could have, and then you would have started a feud with the Hardys and Big Cass and Enzo. I wouldn't necessarily have them be heels, just be baby faces, but what have you. So Big Cass wins. I just don't have faith in them as a singles competitor, and I don't think WWE has enough faith in Enzo Amore. They'll put more on Big Cass because, of course, Vince loves the tall, muscular dudes. It's just that way, folks. Next match, of course, is the Hardys taking on Irish Spring and Elmer Fudd for the WWE Tag Team titles in an Iron Man match. The first ever tag team Iron Man match. This match was really good. I enjoyed it. The first and second half were kind of wonky here and there. Cesaro and Sheamus getting the win. Getting several wins while the Hardys had to basically catch up. I really liked the ending of them Cesaro and Sheamus retaining the titles and killing time as the timer was going out. And the Hardys were basically just beaten down and battered, but not broken. Not yet. We'll see. I'm not sure. But as I said to a couple of my friends, is that once they get that gimmick, whether they own the deal or they settle for a deal, at this point, I don't think they should be broken. I still think they should be still the Hardys. I know Matt and Jeff have been teasing it for a long time since they came back. But but with the WWE, they're going to take that gimmick and they're going to screw it up. Once the gimmick is theirs, that's it. It's under lock and key of WWE, and it's WWE property. And we're just praying that Matt and Jeff would pretty much have full creative control. But looking in the past history with a lot of WWE wrestlers, talking to you, Triple H and Bret Hart, and a few others, Shawn Michaels too, and Hulk Hogan as well, and a few others, that with creative control clauses, they tend to become iffy, and wrestlers want more money. But that's another story for another time. Sasha Banks taking on Alexa Bliss for the women's title. Sasha won due to count out from Alexa Bliss. When the hell is these referees going to realize that Alexa Bliss is just using her double jointed arm just to basically get away from matches? And basically Sasha was trying to beat the hell out of this woman. Goodness gracious. So this feud's far from over. I hope their next match will be even better. Next, we get pretty much the continuation of the Miz and Dean Ambrose saga that won't die. This feud is pointless. We get it. The Miz will always win. Look, The Miz has, even though I don't like him, I don't hate him personally, I just don't like the character. Just don't like the guy, but the character works for him. He's this Hollywood, brash, arrogant guy with the hot French chick who's actually his real life wife. We all know that. And now he's hanging out with Mr. Perfect Jr. and, of course, Bo Dallas, who looks like a cholo every time I see him. So pretty much Miz retains the title. They really need to figure out what to do with Dean Ambrose and the Miz right quick and now, because if rumors are true as of this recording that they're setting up a fatal 4-way for next month's SummerSlam, let's hope that after this match the Miz retains the title and he goes to face someone else. To be honest with you, the person that I would like to see take the belt from The Miz are either, the ones I want to see in the main roster are Johnny Wrestling, Mr. Johnny Gargano. I would like to say Apollo Crews, because it would actually be better, because it will actually have Apollo Crews doing something. And I would also add Jeff Hardy if the WWE decides to break up tag teams. 2017 has been the breakup of tag teams for a very long time. So then we get to, of course, the ambulance match between Braun Strowman and everybody's favorite new John Cena, Roman Reigns, in an ambulance match. This match was brutal. This match was hard hitting, and it reminds me of a time where matches such as the ambulance matches used to have meaning to it as well as energy. This is no different, which is a good match between the two. So after this match, of course, after Braun beats Roman, thanks to, of course, basically doing a bullfighter type of win, where he gets Roman into the thing. Roman was like, I'm not finished with you yet. So Roman decided to basically not even commit murder, do attempted murder on a man inside of an ambulance and crash him into, I think, a semi-truck. This is shades of the Attitude Era, and Booker T, man, what the hell's going on? Did Vince knock you in your head? Did you forget? Are you getting Alzheimer's, man? Because apparently you said that in the last 16 years of your whole entire career in WWE, you've never seen this type of insanity happen. Let me remind you that every time Stone Cold Steve Austin faces whether Triple H or Vince McMahon or whoever, he's going to use whatever necessary to injure him to get payback. Same thing happened with Hulk Hogan with The Rock before WrestleMania 18. Same thing happened with Stone Cold over the Authority at the time, the corporation, as well as Kurt Angle during the whole Invasion Angle storyline, but that's again another story for another time. So yeah, after this match, they decided to go with Heath Slater versus Kurt Hawkins. Good idea, because we don't see it after that. So Heath Slater defeats Kurt Hawkins. Feel bad for Kurt Hawkins because the match ended up being skippable. Then we get to the main event, which is, in my opinion, somewhat controversial, somewhat lame. So we get to Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. The promo packages for both guys were great. Samoa Joe should have won this match. The match was going good. Honestly, it was really going good to a point where I was thinking Samoa Joe was going to win, but, you know, Lesnar keeps taking the beatings and getting back up, taking the beatings, getting back up, you know, avoiding the Coquina clutch. So after he breaks out of it, apparently with the power of beast mode, Brock decides to it just happened like out of nowhere, doing the F5, and then boom, match over. This sucked. The ending kind of sucked. I was hoping for a backstage brawl where both of the men just brawl outside in either arenas, just go all out and get themselves counted out. Or just have Joe win. Either or. It's just, this came off very anticlimactic. A lot of fans were confused. Some were pissed. I, on the other hand, am just disappointed and upset that this is how you end the show, with Brock Lesnar getting out of the Coquina clutch and basically pretty much getting his butt kicked throughout and then doing F5. That's like John Cena getting his butt kicked against Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Boom, Cena does the F5 and that's it. Sorry, the Attitude Adjustment. And that's it. Damn it. So, we'll find out on Raw next week who will be the new number one contender for the WWE Universal title. But in my honest opinion, it has to go back to Joe. Because Joe really needs the rematch. And I suggest Joe should win the belt. Because Brock Lesnar ain't gonna be here. Ain't gonna be around for another, 2 months? He's not coming back until, November? I think either in September for the next Raw pay-per-view? I don't know. But soon we'll find out. We'll soon find out who will be the new number one contender for the Universal title. Again, Joe's my pick. But, of course, we're going to go with the obvious choice because Roman's Roman. But they probably are going to save that till WrestleMania of next year, which they're planning. Roman versus Brock 2, Electric Boogaloo. Oh, boy. So, this great for this show. Great Balls of Fire. Give it a C. Some good action. Overall, I think pretty much half the matches here delivered. Pretty much the match of the night definitely goes to, of course, Braun versus Roman in the ambulance match, in my opinion. Second match tonight goes to the tag team titles. Least favorite match tonight is Heath Slater versus Kurt Hawkins. But let me know, you guys, down below what you think of Great Balls of Fire. Hopefully this is the only pay-per-view where we get it, and we start going back to old pay-per-views that have sense. Bad Blood, Fully Loaded, Insurrection, mind you. Great American Bash next year. Come on, WWE. This is not rocket science. Vince, you have all these pay-per-views. Half of them have great matches. Some of them didn't have great matches. Name your pay-per-views better. Until then, guys, like, subscribe. That's all I have to say. Take care, guys. Love yourselves. Love each other. Until next episode. Take care.